Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another edition of Crush Lusher Television. Okay, here we go. So, today we're going to continue with the areas. This appears on the ACT a lot, which a lot of you will be taking next year. Plus, it appears on all math going forward. So, this is very important to know. So, pause the video and knock this out. Write down all this. The area of a triangle is half the area of a rectangle with the same base and height as a triangle. And here's a picture. Area equals 1/2 base times height. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, let's see. So area is 1/2 base times height, and so here's the base, here's the height. So the height is not this side or this side. It is from the top of the triangle to the bottom triangle that makes a perpendicular angle right there. And so what it's basically saying is if you forget area equals 1/2 base times height, you take a rectangle, and the rectangle, the area is base times height, right? The base times the height, or the length times the width. And then whoop, right there, now I got two triangles. So the area of this triangle here is half of the rectangle, just like this triangle here, the area is half of the rectangle, half of the base times height. So that's how you remember it every single time. I just visualize this picture right here, that the triangle is half of the rectangle like that, half of the area of the rectangle. Cool. All right, so let's use it right here. Example 1, very easy. Pause the video, see if you can knock this one out. What is this? Ooh, let's see if you got it. Area is 1/2 base times height. So the base right here is 24. And the height here is 28. Notice how it's not this part of this part, because that's not the height. The height is straight up and down, perpendicular to the base. So it's half of 24 times 28. Half of 24 is 12 times 28. Get your calculator out. And we got 336 meters. What's the unit? Just meters? No, meters squared, because we're finding the area, we're finding the room inside. So we're multiplying those two dimensions together. Next, here we go. So now we're looking at these exercises right here. So now we're going to make it a little bit more complicated. That first one was easy ease. So now we're looking at these exercises right here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then all these ones right here, 1, 2, 3 are on your own, okay, looking at the PDF. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's knock them out. So pause the video if you need and draw your 2 pictures or 4 pictures as we go, because we always got to make sure that we have the picture. If I just have a bunch of work right there, it doesn't really look like anything when I go back to study for my quiz or test. So we just found area of a triangle, but what the hell is this? This looks like a really weird shape. Well, I'm looking at this, I see one triangle is right here, and I see one triangle is right there. So I see 1 triangle, 2 triangles. So if I find the area of this triangle and this triangle, I'm just going to add them together and get the area of the whole dang thing. So area, let's do this triangle first. 1/2, pause the video if you feel like you can do the whole thing. And then unpause it, see if you got it right. So 1/2 times base, which is 33, times 20. So that's this triangle over here. So half of 20, you don't have to go in order when you multiply. So half of 20 is 10 times 33. 10 times 33 is 330. Did not have to use a calculator, boom. All right, now, this one right here. So if I'm looking here, you can twist your paper if you want. That's totally allowed. So you have, this is the base, this is the height. When you have a right triangle like that, the 2 legs are the base of the height. So area equals 1/2 times 21 times 16. Half of 16 is 8. 8 times 21 is, here's my calculator for that one, is 168. And it doesn't have units, so it's going to be units squared. So now the first triangle is 330, the next triangle is 168 units squared. So if I combine those two, then I have the area of the whole thing. So the area is going to be 330 plus 168. is 498 units squared. So it doesn't say meters or inches or anything like that. So we're just going to put units squared instead. Always put the final answer, always box it or circle it as we go. Okay, number 2. Ooh, what's your strategy here? What do you think it's going to be? Ooh, yeah. So you guys should do a bunch of strategies with this. I see you do 4 triangles. So here's 1, here's 2, there's 3, and then here's 4. So you can find the area of all 4 triangles if you want and add them up. But I'm actually going to do just 2. Save some time. So here's 1 triangle here. See, I'm tracing it, this top of the, we call this a kite, I guess. And then you have this triangle I'm tracing here, the bottom. So let's do this bottom one first. So area equals 1/2. The base is this. So it's 20 plus 20, which is 40. And the height is here, which is 56. So half of 40 is 20. 20 times 56 is 1,120 units squared. Bam. Okay, so now I got the, so I found the area here, all that area inside, and so now I'm finding the area of the top. So area is 1/2 times the base, 20 plus 20, which is 40 again, and the height now is 26. So half of 40 is 20. 20 times 26, 20 times 26 is 520 units squared. Am I done? Am I done? No, I'm not. What do I have to do? Oh, I have to add these 2 areas. I got to add this area plus this area and get the area of the whole kite. So that's going to be 520 plus 1,120 equals 1,640 units squared. Boom. Cool. All right, 2 down, 2 more to go. Let's do 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Bam. All right. So, looking at this, so it gives me this is the hypotenuse, right? So this is the base. This is going to be the base, and this is going to be the height. Because when I have a right triangle, the 2 legs are my base and height. So the 10 is actually irrelevant. That's actually not going to be used when I find my area. But I'm going to need it to find my base and height because it doesn't tell me. Okay. But I do know, what do these marks mean? Oh, they mean that they're the same distance. They're congruent. So this is x. And this is x. So this is going to be the same thing, x and x. So I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. Check this out. X squared, leg squared, plus leg squared equals 10 squared. Because leg squared and leg squared, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So if I solve for x, I can get x, and then I can go do my area. So x squared plus x squared is what? Yeah, 2x squared equals a honey 10 squared, or a hondo. Divide by 2. X squared equals 50. Ooh, what am I going to do to both sides? Square root. X equals plus or minus radical 50. But it's only distance, so I'm just going to use the plus. Ooh, does a perfect square go in here? Yeah. What perfect square? Yeah, 25, because I can find the square root of 25. 25 times 2. 10 times 5 isn't going to work because I can't find the square root of either of those. So x equals 5 square root of 2. Whoop, got it. Okay, so what does that mean? This means that this x is 5 square root of 2, and this is 5 square root of 2. All right. So now it's time to work the magic. So area equals 1/2 the base times the height. The base and the height are the same thing. Okay. So let's multiply these 2 together. I think we can do this whole thing in our head. Check it out. 5 times 5 is 25. Radical 2 times radical 2 is 2. Yeah. And then a half divided by a half. So we got the half there. So half of 2 is 1. 1 times 25 is 25. Got it. Cool. So that's the area of the right triangle right there is 25 units squared. Cool. All right. Number 4, last one. So we got this triangle here. These triangles. So I have the base and I need the height. So I need this part right here to get my area. Okay. So here's 60 degrees, which means this would be 30. Because 60 plus 30 is 90. And this is 90. 90 plus 90 is 180. So all the angles in a triangle always add up to 180. The sum is 180. So if I remember back, this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. We talked about this before. So this is 60 and this is 30. So opposite this, the 30 was always x. And then the hypotenuse was always double that when you had a 30, 60, 90. And then opposite the 60 was always x radical 3. Whatever the side opposite the 30 was times radical 3. So this is called a special right triangle, 30, 60, 90 triangle. So what we need is what's opposite the 30. That's what we need, which in this case is going to be x. And so what we know is this 24 here in this place is x radical 3. Bam. So 24 equals x radical 3. So once I get x, I can just x right here, I can plug it in right here, and then I can do my area. Area equals 1/2 base times height. So I'm solving for x here. What do? Yeah, divide by radical 3. So 24 divided by radical 3 equals x. But we know that we cannot have a radical in the denominator. That is not cool. That's like bad grammar. That's having a double negative. So I'm going to multiply by radical 3 over radical 3, which is 1. Anytime you multiply by 1, you just change the form, not the value. So 24 times radical 3 is 24 radical 3. Radical 3 times radical 3 is just 3. Cool. Oop, 24 divided by 3, I can do that. I can keep simplifying. What's 24 divided by 3? Yeah, 8 radical 3. Bam. So that 8 radical 3 is x. X is going to be this. This is 8 radical 3. Sorry, 8 radical 3, so you can see it better. Okay, almost done. So 1/2 base 24 times height. We got it. So area equals 1/2 base, which is 24. Height is 8 radical 3. Half of 24 is 12 times 8 radical 3. 12 times 8. 12 times 8 is 96 radical 3. So sometimes they leave the answer like this, or sometimes they just multiply it out. 96 times radical 3. It's going to be an irrational number, so I'm just going to approximate 166.276, which is approximately 166.3 units squared. Got it. All right, nice job, everybody. So your mission right now is to knock out 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and then some more practice right here. 1, 2, 3. All the other ones that are on the PDF. Knock them out, check your answers, and then knock out the exit quiz. Good work, everybody.